Chapter 20. Initiation. The skateboarders with attitude were on a high as they cruised around Beaton that night. They all ollied the gap at Bob J and T-Mart, and Alex kickflipped over a garden wall from the top of a 5-stair. At McDonald's, kids from St. Joey's asked them about the missing clock. "How'd you climb up so high?" a girl said. "I think what you did is cool," said a Year 12 boy. "Stuff the school and stuff the police." No one in the group admitted to stealing anything, but it didn't stop them basking in the glory. "If the school stopped fearing us and listened to our needs, then this wouldn't happen," said a pumped-up goof. "What do you want the school to do?" asked the girl. Goof thought for a few seconds. They could, play headbanging music at lunchtime and build a half-pipe at the school. Yeah, that'd kick." Kim took over. "They should treat us like human beings. All the teachers ever say to me is, pull your socks up, take your earrings out. They should stop treating us like we're little kids and give us the freedom to be individuals." "Go girl," said Goof. Over free fries, courtesy of Gemma, Steve told Alex what it meant to be a member of SWA. "We all look out for each other. I would spill blood for anyone in the gang, and they would do the same for me. You're either in or out, no in between." This was sounding heavy. "And if you're in SWA, you have to skate your ass off," Steve said, grinning. Alex knew he could do that. They cruised down to Beaton State School, Alex's old primary school. He brought back memories. He could see the window he once broke with a mistimed kick of the soccer ball. There was a brick ball that he and Jimmy had waged legendary bash ball battles on. They skated in the undercover area where Sarah Sini once told the whole school assembly that she loved him. Kim was having fun trying pop shove-its down a 3-stair, and Steve was grinding and sliding everything in sight. Goof, Nugget and Cookie were finishing off their burgers and afterwards tossed the wrappers on the ground. Alex remembered how his group of Year 6s would tell off the younger kids when they did this. Even though Beaton was a poor school, they were proud of it. After an hour, Steve suggested they head to the courthouse. "Isn't that risky?" Alex said. Even Kim looked doubtful. "I don't have much money, Steve. I can't afford another $80 fine." "Then don't get caught," Steve said. "The courthouse is where Alex is having his initiation." Initiation? Once they arrived, Steve told Goof to keep a lookout for the police. His voice was soft and serious as he spoke to Alex. "Whenever a new member is initiated into SWA, they have to face fear and kick it in the guts. Fear is what keeps you down. I've seen my brother do incredible things on a skateboard because he had no fear. I've climbed up walls, board slided down rails, because I don't give a stuff. I want you to feel the same way. Ollie down the 15. Show us that last week wasn't a fluke." "You can do it, Alex," said Kim. "Come on, Gromit," said Cookie. "Show us what you're made of." Alex took a look down the steps and felt his stomach tighten. It was a long way down. If he landed wrong, he could snap an ankle. If he had to bail, it could be worse. "Don't think." He skated back to position. He wondered what Casey would say if he was here. If Casey was here, would I be doing this? Alex thought about whether he really wanted to join SWA. He still didn't know what to make of Steve, even though he had to admit Steve was a great boarder. The other guys were okay, though different from his usual friends. This gang stuff wasn't like him, but for some reason, he wanted to be here. He felt accepted, part of something. And there was something else, something he didn't like to admit. Don't think. He pushed off hard. Alex needed speed to clear the 15, and the last thing he wanted was to land on the stairs. The skateboard was loud against the slate tiles, but as he bent down to Ollie, he heard Kim's voice. "You can do it." "No, I can't." He did a backside cess at the last instant, skidding to a halt a centimetres from the top step. Just measuring my takeoff," he said to the others. Kim ran up to him. She put her hands on his shoulders. "You're an awesome skater, Alex. Maybe even better than Steve. I know you can make it." She ran down the steps, and when she got to the bottom, she stopped. She turned and gave Alex a smile, then lay down on the bottom step. "Kim, you don't have to do that," Steve said. She didn't answer. "Kim, move." She didn't. Alex was ready again, and this time there was no chickening out. He made sure he got plenty of speed so he wouldn't give Kim a facial on the way down. He popped the ollie hard and grabbed the board with his right hand to keep it steady. Flying down those 15 steps seemed to take forever, yet in another way, it was over before he knew it. He caught just a glimpse, but even later he could see her clearly. Her eyes were closed, but her face soft and peaceful. She looked like a child sleeping in the back of a car on a stormy night. Would Becky have had as much faith in him? Missing Kim's nose by about 10 centimeters, Alex landed perfectly on the bitumen. He heard Cookie scream, "You the man!" And Kim draped her arms around him and squeezed. "You did it," she said. "You said I would. How do you feel?" "Relieved. I thought I was going to land on your face." "Well, you didn't. Luckily for you, I'm still beautiful." She laughed and kissed his cheek. Steve said he was going to ollie the 15, and he asked Kim to lie on the bottom step for him as well. She said she'd had enough excitement for one night. "Don't you trust me?" he said. "I'll do it," said Nugget. "I trust you." Steve missed Nugget's gut by a good 30 centimeters and landed nice. Alex couldn't believe how relaxed Steve looked on the way down, like he was in total control. "Let's celebrate Alex joining SWA, said Kim. "Suz bought some rum." "Soon," said Steve. "Alex has to do one more thing. We knew he could clear the stairs. We saw him do it last week. To be initiated into SWA, you have to do something that you're really scared of." "Yeah, I had to let the air out of a cop car's tyres," said Goof. "I nearly wet myself." "What else can I do?" asked Alex. "Run with the bulls?" "Board slide it," Steve said, gesturing towards the rail that ran down the stairs. "You're crazy," said Alex. "Listen," his voice became serious. "You're a top skater, nearly as good as me. I wouldn't ask you to do it if I didn't think you could. My brother did it when he was in year 9. So did I. You can do it too. You just have to not be scared." "Have you really done it?" asked Alex. "Board sliding down 15 stairs was enough to get you a start on a skateboarding video, and even the pros sometimes slam trying it." "I'll prove it," he said. "Steve, let's go home," said Kim. "We don't need this tonight." "Kimmy, don't be such a girl." Steve ran up the steps and flicked his baggy shirt up by the shoulders. His sagging pants were halfway down his bum, showing off his red boxers. And then he pushed off, before any of them had time to think about what a crazy thing he was doing. He didn't even look worried, like he was just having a relaxing Sunday skate. Is this bloke scared of anything? Steve ollied up onto the rail and turned his hips 90 degrees backside, landing on the middle of his hardcore deck. He was sliding down the rail fast but smooth, when Alex noticed everything was flashing bright blue. As Steve flew off, he twisted his hips to straighten the board, but something stuffed up. Perhaps he twisted a fraction early, or maybe there was a bump in the rail, but the back wheel got caught. Steve flew at the bitumen without a board to land on, and bounced, rolled, and bounced again. Blood started streaming from about 4 parts of his body, but he got straight up and ran over to his board. He picked it up and chucked it as hard as he could. The board landed smack on the bonnet of a cop car.